welcome to Big Screen Nation. It's me, Solly. I've just come back from the cinema right now. As you can see, my eyes are really tired. Really tired. I'm really tired after that film that I went to go and see. It was Tenet, starring John Washington and Robert Pattinson. Yeah. Now, I fell for the hype of this film, you see, and I was excited to go back to the cinema to see this film because, you know, it's the second film I've seen in cinema since the cinemas have opened. And yeah, the environment of the cinemas were just empty. And you had someone who came along or was wiping down all the railings of the cinema. I mean, while the film was going on, you know, you had someone wiping the railings of the cinema. Like, I could count maybe 1, 2, 3. Maybe every 20 minutes, it would come along, spray, like wipe down the sides one way, and you know, the other side where the cinemas as well, the other side of the screen, it would wipe the railings going up that way and leave. Now, it's very interesting because when I usually watch a film, things like me finding details about, you know, someone actually cleaning the place, you know, and how many times they come in and out wouldn't be on my mind. I wouldn't even be talking about it right now. So that's why I think, you know, my attention seemed to be distracted from the film because I found Tenet not to be the type of film that, you know, takes your full attention. Although you do need your full attention to be able to follow the story in its full detail from beginning to end. Basically, the film's about a guy that's trying to stop the end of the world. Yeah. It's starring, you know, John David Washington, you know, son of Denzel Washington. And, you know, he's out to save the world, basically, from destruction by a villain in the film who basically has the abilities to manipulate the movement of time within, how do you say it? The movement of time within, like, well, basically, it's kind of complicated. They call it inversion. It's basically a theory of where time can move backwards and time can move forwards within the same time frame. So, I mean, you have to watch the film to really get a gist of it. I mean, many other films have kind of done these sort of time lapsing things before, but this one had a different spin on it. And because of that, I found the concept of the film interesting. Action, it's basically an action film, basically an action thriller film. It's kind of like how a James Bond film would be, you know, very long, you know, you've got a lot going on, a story that builds up over time, and you have to be listening to everything they say to really be following the concept of the film. I'm going to cut this review short because I will not give too much away. Otherwise, then there's, you know, you have an opening scene of action. I must talk about. You have an opening scene of action. I mean, it's all sorts of things are in the trailers. If you see the trailers, you kind of get an idea. It's got a lot of action scenes. The action scenes are spot on. Yeah. The actors, I'd say, are spot on. Even down to, say, for example, Michael Caine has one scene in the film, and that scene was just great. I just loved how he kind of like took ownership of the scene. It was great. Robert Pattinson, he was brilliant from beginning to end. I mean, if you like him and stuff like, you know, Twilight Saga and things, this is a much more mature, really good role, you know, that grows with you as you've grown up. He did really well in this film. I've got no thoughts on everyone. I'd say that I'll say overall, right? The reason I'm trying not to laugh, right, because it's like Denzel Washington's son. Like, he doesn't. Basically, I feel like the acting skills and emotional skills wasn't passed down well from father to son. I mean, they've got their own personalities and stuff, but I loved the film overall. I really loved his, I really loved the the fight scenes and how the fight scenes kind of went on, yeah, and the frames and things that they done with it as well. The screening was clever. The way how they did some inversion scenes in the film was very clever, very well thought through, yeah. But I felt like acting wise, I feel bad saying this. I shouldn't feel bad saying this because I'm a critic. But basically, acting wise, I felt like he was kind of like held up like by all the other actors through the film in terms of acting sense. Fighting scenes, everything else was perfect, but Mr. Washington's son. And you know what? I hate to kind of like compare, a father to a son, but look, let's put it this way. Watch the film and you'll understand. But this is what I think of it. I think the film was too long. Yeah, the action scenes were amazing, incredible. Like there were some really good action scenes in there. There were some really good inversion scenes in there. Really good ideas on how they put everything together. But I feel like the film was too long. Like to get to the real nitty gritty of it, I feel like the film was too long. You might have heard me say this about quite a few films on my channel, but this film was long, and the story was good. But as you can tell, the tiredness of my eyes, yeah, the film really kind of drained me. It could have been done better. Yeah, they could have shortened it down and still got to the same nice juicy points. I mean, there's a really, 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 really good scenes in there, and then you got some scenes where your eyes are like this. But then you're trying to keep myself awake because I need to understand and listen to everything that's going on so I get the full picture of the story. But it's one of those films where, you watch it, it's an action film, the beginning is met, the end objective met, and it all works out okay. This film, sadly though, out of 5, I would give this film 2.5. And the 2.5 comes straight from action and story. Everything else didn't really merge together. I mean, the length of time of the film and everything else wasn't really too great. That's my views. I want to, rest my eyes now. I'm not going to watch no movies, not watch no films. I'm not even going to edit this video. I'm just going to send it out to you like this, nice and raw. And let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, give me suggestions of what you think of what I should be watching next, or anything that you're interested in, any old films you want me to watch, any classics you want me to watch and dissect and give my opinions on. Just leave a message in the comment section. Like, subscribe, and I'll look at it and I will do my best to fulfill your needs.